So an English woman had been sentenced to death for drug smuggling in Bali, which is apparently in Indonesia. Now I'm one of these firm believers that if you go to another country, you should obey their laws while you are there, whether you are on holiday or living there. And if their law is that if you're caught drug smuggling, you are put to death, then that's the law. You have to abide by it. So, and my advice to you is not to smuggle drugs, but my further advice to you is if you are going to smuggle drugs, at least find out what the penalty for the penalty for smuggling drugs is in that country, you know. And I think that, I personally think that she was dumb enough to do the crime. She obviously intended to do it. So the punishment should stand. If the punishment is she should be put to death for this, then put to death she will be. If they come over to our country, we expect them to abide by our rules. You know, foreign people come to this country, we expect them to abide by our rules. Some of them don't, you know. But let's not get into that discussion. But we expect them to follow our laws, and we punish them to the extent of our laws. Not enough compared to English people, but yeah. Let's not get into that discussion either. But if you're going to go over to a foreign country, then you should abide by their laws, just like we expect them to abide by ours. So I personally think she was smuggling drugs. She was caught smuggling drugs. She was sentenced to death. She should be punished the way they say she should be punished. I'm not saying she should die, because that's horrid. But if the sentence is that she be put to death, then she should be put to death. Now I'm guessing there are going to be a lot of people who say, "Oh no, she should be put to death," and the UK government's going to step in, probably have her brought over to this country and just tried as a drug smuggler and sent to prison for a few years. Because that's how it always fucking works, and that's how it'll probably end up working out in this case. But no, I personally think she committed the crime. She should take the punishment. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was letting herself in for. So it's her own fault. And so that's all I've got to say on the matter. So, what do you think? Do you think she should be put to death? Or do you think she should be brought back to this country and tried using our own legal system? I'd love to hear your views, and I will respect your views. I might not agree with them, but I will respect them, just like I expect you to respect mine. Expect the respect, and leave your comments. See you later.